there Libra, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This is going to be your intuitive abundance update for November, and in this reading, Libra, we look at all things work, opportunity, business, career, money, finance. Sometimes it can be an abundance of love. If it's all cups, you know, we probably have to acknowledge that's not my intention with these readings, though generally the cups in a reading like this will stand for fulfillment, you know, really finding your fulfillment in your work and in your abundance. So let's get started here, Libra. I will be pulling you some angels of abundance to start off, drawing you an overarching tarot card from the Moonchild Tarot before getting out the aspects with the Rider-Waite, clarified with the Starchild Tarot. So Libra, let's see, this one's flipping. Focus on your priorities. Where you put your focus is where you receive your outcome. Your priorities are calling to you, which may produce a feeling of anxiety unless you give them the time and attention they and you deserve. Even a small amount of time devoted to your projects will help you feel better and more confident. Yeah, because of course, you know, the energy flows, you know, where the thought goes. So we have to kind of you know, we have to feed our opportunities, feed our abundance by actually giving it some airtime, actually putting energy and focus into it. Oh, employment change. Your career path is leading you in a higher direction with positive changes to support your dreams, priorities, passions, and life purpose. Trust that these changes will help you release the old and welcome the new. You are being supported each step, Libra, of the way. Some of you might be changing your work this month or thinking about it. Some of you might be going into business. Some of you might be starting to, you know, align your business with your soul's work, your greater passions. Let's get out your overarching tarot card, Libra. See where this is going. Ten of Swords. So I think for a lot of you, you are coming up to the ending. Maybe the ending of an employment position, role, opportunity, whatever it has been for you, that I feel maybe has burnt some of you out. It could be something that has just been kind of weighing you down. I think it's well past its use by date and past its due time to complete. So it can be a painful ending when the Ten of Swords comes in, and that could be because there could be some burnout, or you've kind of got to this situation where, you know, there's some politics playing out and that kind of things. Like, you know, the same things almost happens in workplaces that happens in relationships. We fall out of love with it, or something happens, or someone moves in with an agenda and makes things difficult for us. You know, the cards are saying it's time for you to focus on your priorities now. What do you want to do? You know, maybe you've given enough energy to somebody else's opportunity. It's time for you to focus on your own now, Libra. Let's get out the tarot aspects. I will be shuffling out the cards here until the first card falls or flips, choosing the energies, starting with recent past, leading up till now. What has led to the situation unfolding here? If this is your reading, I just had the same card in the same position for Gemini, Three of Wands. Yep, dreaming the bigger dream, turning your back on the past. Blocks, obstacles, or challenges. Well, that's the Six of Wands. That is a card of victory right there. Advice from Spirit or Tarot. Wow, look at all the wands. 3, 4, and 6. Outcome energy, please. Oh, Five of Swords. Going to be important to get out of this at the right time is what I'm really feeling here. Use that visionary power of the Queen of Wands to set up your next opportunity. I'm just pulling in a couple of cards for money in particular. Justice. The Lovers. It's a big choice here. I'm kind of feeling that even in this situation there could have been like a money situation. If you are getting out of this employment, just make sure that you and not going to get, I'm just feeling screwed over when it comes to the money situation, that you've got everything in writing. If you give your notice, you know, just make sure that you don't tell anyone too soon that you're leaving, just in case they cut you before you cut them off. Let's get the clarifiers. Clarifying Three of Wands. Three of Wands. And the Eight of Wands. I had all of these three cards in the Gemini reading that I've just done. Yeah, change is absolutely upon you. Clarifying the Six of Wands. I've got Temper. I also had that in the Gemini reading. This is getting spooky. Okay, clarifying the Four of Wands. I've got Two of Cups. Seven of Swords. Yeah, wow. I think somebody does not have a good agenda in this situation, in this workplace, whoever it is that you're dealing with. Seven of Wands with the Seven of Swords, I should say. Seven of Swords with the Five of Swords with the Ten of Swords is injustice. Guess what I've got at the bottom of the deck here? Ten of Swords. Yeah, it is time to leave this situation, absolutely, and claim that victory. Otherwise, I feel like things could get nasty in this situation. It's kind of specific. It may not be the reading for everyone here. This is just what I'm seeing. It is time for an employment change, absolutely. So we've got two Three of Wands and an Eight of Wands here. I feel that for some of you, I think that you have wanted to leave this position for a while, but the Eight of Wands is swift change, so it could be that something's gone down here and it's really been like, well, okay, now I absolutely have to leave, and it's all happening really quickly. The Eight of Wands can be something that happens through communication. It could have been an email that got leaked, or, you know, didn't mean to get sent. Somebody might have sent it to the wrong person. Someone might have been exposed in some way. I'm feeling something kind of underhanded going on here in this situation. So that's for some of you. But the Eight of Wands generally is change. It's quick change, and it's often relocation. Physical relocation of workplace, maybe going to an online position as well. I'm definitely feeling the employment change here as well. And it's time for you to focus on you. Get these swords out of your back and move on. Don't get caught up in the small-minded mentality here and the limitations. I feel like you might be around some people that are, you know, really fueling drama and getting caught up in that. So it's time for you to turn your back, absolutely. Three of Wands is leaving the past in the past, and you're starting to have a bigger and new dream of creating something here, Libra, that is so much more aligned, you know, for you. We've got your card Justice here in the reading. It's time for you to claim your justice, your victory, your power here, and move ahead. And I think you're going to start to see the successes quite quickly when you make this change. There's already ships on the horizon saying that, you know, by moving on, you know, the successes will start coming in. It's right next to the Six of Wands, which is the card of victory. Move on to a bigger dream, something more aligned. Focus on your own priorities and take that inspired action to make it happen. Yeah, okay, it's all not going to unfold in, you know, this month in terms of, you know, if you are going to be starting a business, becoming really financial within a month, but it says that in the next season, pretty soon, that's what we're going to be looking at. So disengaging with the past, it's over, it's done, and moving on. Okay, so blocks, obstacles, or challenge, I have Temperance and the Six of Wands. Now, interestingly, that Temperance is the card that follows on from the Death card in the Major Arcana. We are in Scorpio season, and Scorpio is associated with big cyclic completion, releases, clearing the old. So because it's in blocks, obstacles, or challenges, I think there's been a challenge around, you know, actually leaving this, allowing it to complete, accepting that it's final, and that maybe an employment change is upon you, when even though you might have been thinking about it, I kind of think that you weren't really maybe necessarily prepared to jump right now, but the cards are saying, yeah, it's time for you to do that, to claim your victory. You will be guided ahead with the Temperance Angel. And that might be, you know, part of the block here is actually like trusting this process and trusting that the time is now. The Six of Wands says the victory is yours, and you're coming out of a tougher time with your head held high and a new sense of self-confidence. And this can also be the card of being publicly recognized as well, and because it's a challenge for you, you might be, you know, exposing somebody for bad behavior or something like that, and you kind of, there could be a fear or worry around actually, you know, being called out for that, even if it's in a positive way. It's like you don't really want to be involved in this, is what I'm feeling. But there is a victory here. You're taking the action steps in the right direction, being guided forward, leaving the past in the past, and getting the right ingredients together for your next move. This is the great soother, the calm, the card of Sagittarius, that comes in after that cyclic ending to help you move forward and reclaim your physical, mental, and emotional well-being and stability also. So it is a really beautiful energy to see here in the reading. Now, the advice from Spirit or Tarot is interesting, because these are very kind of you know, in a romance sense, this is great energy, you know, 4 of Wands and 2 of Cups. And I think this is Spirit or Tarot saying, you know, you're actually about to lay a new foundation in a completely different area that's going to be so much more harmonious for you. This is a milestone. It's a milestone card saying this is a really big step along the way for you in a new positive direction. You could be teaming up with somebody else, like a soul partnership, a soul colleague, even your partner, going into business with them or something like that. There's something about new, beautiful connections with authentic people in your future, rather than kind of what I'm feeling here about your current work situation. The 4 of Wands is about abundance. It's about moving into a time of greater happiness. It's happy ever after, saying that, you know, you will find a much happier future and outcome outside of this situation. It is the 1111 card, so we need to keep in mind that this is being guided, and this is a synchronicity for you. You know, we've got the Temperance Angel, we've got this card here. It's just saying, go with it. The angels are with you, guiding you forward, and we just have to surrender and allow this to unfold. Outcome: 10 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 5 of Swords. It's really clear to me here that Libra, we need to bring this to a completion and walk away before things get nasty. That's absolutely what this says. The 5 of Swords says there's not really any winning in the situation if we stay in it. We're fighting a losing battle, and we need to know when it's time just to put the swords down and walk away. We might have been a bit screwed over. We might have lost something. Somebody might have been taking from us, whether it's, you know, a mental game of manipulation or putting you down or sabotage, or, you know, there's been issues with late pay and you might be owed money and you're like, I just need to stay in it until I get all my money. I think it's time to really think, well, is it worth it? Maybe I can just, you know, carry on in my own direction here and just let bygones be bygones. This is a point of change, number 5. So what we do now, the choices that we make now, is really going to influence the new chapter. And the 10 of Swords twice in the reading is saying the situation really is final. It's the walk away point. Walk away before we lose any more time, effort and energy, before we get any more stress, before we burn out. Because you might be dealing with somebody who is very unreasonable, with the 5 of Swords and 7 of Swords together, somebody who just doesn't see it from our perspective, somebody whose ego is really tied up in this and is never going to admit defeat. So it's a losing battle situation here. It's time for you to claim your victory and power here. Justice and the Lovers over here in money. I feel like for some of you there could even be a legal situation here. I mean, Justice can talk about that, finding out what your rights are, getting your work contract out. That is possible here, but Justice is about karmic rebalancing, and it is about taking the action, the change, the modification in this situation in order to rebalance, you know, the karmic situation and to claim your victory. It is your card here, Libra, so I really think that you are coming into power. You know, the situation with justice always works out for the person who is truly in the right, not for the person who wants it. So I think that's a really good sign here. I think if there is a justice situation here, you are coming out on top. The Lovers is interesting here. I mean, it's number 6. It is a card of healing, joy, you know, harmony and that kind of thing. So I think it's saying that, you know, this is where we're heading after this justice situation. I think it will be positive for you. The Lovers can also be a card of choice. Before it was just about soulmates and twin flames, it was a card of choice. So it's saying that there is a choice here, potentially to actually bring justice to the situation. And I feel like there's money involved, and it could be late payment, money owed to you, and that's why you've stayed in it. But Spirit or Tarot is saying there's an employment change here. Maybe it's better to walk away while you kind of have some energy in the tank. Walk away with your head held high, claim your victory, and just get on with it, because abundance is coming to you in the next chapter. You're going to be laying a new foundation, and you're going to be the one moving on to much bigger and better things. So, Libra, I'm sorry, it was kind of like a specific message. I hope it resonates for some of you. Sometimes it just comes out like that, and I try to keep my readings really positive. And this is positive, because obviously we're getting out of a situation that's not working and that's actually potentially damaging. And sometimes it's about just seeing the signs for what they are and not holding on anymore, and just trusting that it's time to let go, time to focus on your priorities, step into creating something that's in alignment with you, with the people that are in alignment as well, and know that you are being guided through this process as well. So there you go there, Libra. I will leave it there for you, and I do wish you all the best with this situation that's unfolding. If this is your reading, keeping in mind it's a general reading for the collective, so some people will see this and go, no, not my situation, that's fine. Then that's not meant for you this time. Maybe it will be next month. If you're called to share, please do leave me a comment. I do read them all and try to respond to as many as I can. And I just find it helps me get to know you guys, connect with your energy, and see what's going on the collective. And I will see you back here throughout the month for plenty more readings.